Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Now, there's a lot of value in this, so I do recommend you stick to the end because this document is no doubtly going to make lots of money. So, in case you don't know who I am, my name is Ethan, and I run one of the leading OnlyFans management agencies based in the UK. And basically, what we're going to be going through in this document is how to grow your OnlyFans account to 50,000 a month via Twitter. Okay, so all it takes is one traffic source to make that sort of money. Okay, so of course, the more traffic sources, the better. But today we're going to be talking about Twitter, and we're going to be going really in depth in terms of some of the strategies that you can start implementing. So, as well as running one of the leading OnlyFans management agencies based in the UK, I also run OnlyFans Millions, where we consult creators and agencies who want to make more money with OnlyFans. So, if you get value from this video, I want to promise that you're all booking a call down below, as I know that'll help you for a fact. And just in case some of you don't believe me, here's some accounts that we manage. There we go. You can see lots of money. Now, OnlyFans money has completely changed my life, and I do know that I can do the same for those of you watching this video. And it's a reason why you're watching this video in the first place, is to make money with OnlyFans, because you know that OnlyFans is a once-in-a-lifetime lucrative opportunity. Which is why I put this video together in the hopes that some of you implement everything that I teach and start making money today. So let's get straight into it. Step one is crafting the Twitter account. Of course, the foundations need to be put in place in order for you to promote on Twitter. So very simply, the first step is to set a display picture, banner picture, and display name. So with the display name, it needs to contain all three elements. You need to make sure it's easy to remember, congruent with your brand, and includes the top X%. Okay, so that's how you create the actual display name. The display picture should just be a very simple photo of yourself, nothing too crazy. And a banner picture, again, it should just be a very a professional looking banner. You can have a look at other Twitter creators' banners. You can kind of get some inspiration off there. You can use tools like Canva to actually make that banner for you. Now, the reason I always recommend personally including top X% in the actual display name, even if the model is at a low percentage, is because it can help her be discovered by other creators looking to do shout out for shout outs and retweets. Okay, and we're going to cover that in depth in a bit, but basically it can help you start receiving requests to do that sort of thing, which of course is good because it's going to give you more impressions on your account. Now, as a result, being more discoverable for these different opportunities that you're going to receive offers from creators, and it's going to be more promotional opportunities for you, which is always better. So I recommend including top X% when the model is at least in the top 20%. Any less than that, then you don't really want to be showcasing that. But if you're at least in the top 20%, which doesn't take much to do, then of course you can include that within the actual display name, and it's going to help you get more traction. Now, number two is make the required changes to settings. So it's important that you make the required changes to the model's settings so the model doesn't get shadow banned. As if you don't highlight the type of account that you're promoting, it's possible that Twitter will eventually penalize your account. So with that said, here are the few steps that you need to make in order to get the required setting changes. So first, verify your Twitter account. This should be obvious. Navigate to the initial email you receive, go through the steps required to actually verify it. Secondly, go to settings, privacy and safety, click content you see, and tick display media that may contain sensitive content. This is just so you can see sensitive content from other creators. Next, you want to go to settings and untick the box that says hide sensitive content. Again, you want to be able to see this sort of content coming from these creators. And after that, finally, you want to go to privacy and settings and also click on your tweets and tick the box that says mark media you tweet is containing material that may be sensitive. So you're going to want to do this sort of stuff because it's going to reduce the chances of your Twitter getting shadow banned, because you're telling Twitter, look, this is the account that I'm promoting and this is the sort of content that we're going to be uploading. You're giving them a heads up, basically. Now, step number three, follow required accounts. So to make sure that Twitter places your account in the right place with discoverability and recommendations, and in general, the Twitter algorithm, you want to follow creators within the model's niche. Okay, so for example, if you're a fitness creator and you make OnlyFans content around the fitness niche, you're going to want to search hashtags such as hashtag fitness model, hashtag fitness girl, hashtag gym mummy, these sort of hashtags that are associated with that niche. And then once you're doing the hashtags, you want to follow at least 50 creators that you discover within the hashtags that you search. And of course, I recommend following creators who have got, more than a couple of thousand followers on Twitter. Okay, so you're going to want to do that. Make sure that Twitter promotes your account in the right place from the get-go. Next, you're going to want to pin a tweet. Now, this tweet is a conversion mechanism. So it's a conversion tweet. Now, a pinned tweet is going to be the tweet in your account that gets the most impressions and that everyone will see when they navigate to your Twitter profile. So if someone sees your content and they're intrigued about more when it comes to you, they'll click on the Twitter profile. Of course, they'll come to your Twitter profile. This will be the first thing they see, which is why it's absolutely vital that you make sure that this tweet acts as a conversion mechanism to tell people who you are and why they should follow your OnlyFans and subscribe to it. So the pinned tweet, in order to cover the converting steps, should contain the following elements. First is your introduction. Should be a flirtatious way of starting a conversation. Next, rapport building. Highlight what makes you unique and what your passions are. The next is the call to action. So offer free content or a discount if they subscribe to your OnlyFans. So you're getting them hooked in your actual conversion tweet. You're then building rapport, so you're telling them who you are, and then the call to action is why they should subscribe to you. Okay, so we're covering them elements within that. Very simple. Don't put too much time, effort. You want to make sure that you gear the conversion tweet around your particular niche and the interest that your target market is going to have. Again, if you don't have like this basic niche stuff sorted out and you're not creating content towards your niche and you're unsure what sort of content to create, then I do recommend going down in the link in the description. You can get a resource which will basically help you figure out your e-persona as well as the content that you need to create for your e-persona. Okay, so next is tweet 10 posts. So after you pin the tweet, you need a further 10 posts in order to at least make your account look active and not just like a spam account. So you need to provide more content and touch points for them to learn more about you, which of course is going to help in converting them over to becoming a subscriber on OnlyFans. So you can add videos, photos. They just need to be flirtatious with high quality images. So with that said, let's go into step 2, which is the actual post type that you need to be utilizing. So with Twitter, in general, you have 3 different post types that you can leverage in order to grow an OnlyFans account. So let's break down each post type you need to utilize in order to grow your Twitter. Now, post type 1 is a single image post plus flirty caption. So as you can see here, very simple, flirty caption with, of course, a single image of the model. Very simple, gets lots of impressions, lots of likes, lots of retweets, and it gets a few comments, providing the caption is very flirtatious. So this is, in general, one of the foundational posts that all creators should be uploading at least once a day. And they're good for impressions, good for building sexual attraction for the model. Because when they click on your Twitter profile, they're just going to scroll through, have a look at all of the model's content. So you want to make sure that you have tons of content which is very flirtatious and it's actually building up that sexual attraction within the person viewing the content. Post type 2 is a thought-provoking caption. So these posts should be done once every few days. You don't need to do it all the time. These are the main posts. However, these can be quite a nice supplemental post in order to increase engagement. So yeah, every few days, make sure to ask a question. It's going to increase engagement. It's going to be rapport building, and it's going to get you as many comments as possible, which of course is going to look very good. So as you can see, this got far less, impressions based on the like count, and it's got, nearly half of the actual comments. So you can see it gets a lot more comments, which is why these are really important, to kind of build that holistic foundation of you getting lots of impressions and you're getting engagement on your content as well. Post type 3 is double image post plus 30 caption. So these posts I like to look at as the secondary posts. You include 2 pictures which provide better dimensions for Twitter. As you can see, it just makes it look a little bit more presentable, which can make the content go and get a few more impressions and likes. And you can also showcase like a whole set that you took, so you kind of give them an example on a little teaser in terms of what's behind your actual paywall on OnlyFans. Okay, So very simple post, 3 different posts you need to start leveraging. We've covered how to actually set up your account. Now, we're now going to cover engagement groups, which is something you need to leverage in order to grow your OnlyFans account through Twitter. Now, engagement groups are by far one of the fastest ways to grow on the platform, and it involves retweet for retweets and threads. So, the reason engagement groups are pivotal for fast OnlyFans growth is because it allows you to collaborate with other models who already have audiences and leverage them for growth, okay? So the great thing about Twitter is that you just need one retweet or thread and you can get hundreds of thousands of impressions, which allow you to grow your account super fast, okay? So that's all it takes, one retweet from another model and you can get thousands upon thousands of views, okay? So the reason if you're uploading tweets you're not getting that many views is because you're not getting that many retweets. And of course the best way to get retweets is going to be through leveraging engagement groups, where you got people in the engagement group saying I'll retweet your content if you retweet my content. So most engagement groups you'll find will be through Telegram. These channels will be private, so in order to get access to these actual Telegram groups, you'll have to network with other creators for them to send you an invite, okay? So at my agency, we personally have like a master spreadsheet that we use to keep track of all the different engagement groups, and we get access to them by sending messages to Twitter profiles who frequently retweet. So if you see a Twitter account which is doing tons of retweets a day, chances are they're in an engagement group, so you can hit them up and basically just ask them for access to the actual retweet for retweet or engagement group. So yeah, they're going to be frequently retweeting, shouting out other creators. You know, if they're doing that, they're in an engagement group, so you can hit them up and ask them what engagement group are they in. Now, a simple message complimenting a creator and asking for access can get you in most of these groups. You may find that you also need a certain number of followers for access to these groups, so you can continue to focus on organic growth and then, of course, reapply to them if you don't have the required followers. So these groups aren't just a handout. You do need to have a bit of an audience to join these groups, because of course they want to get some benefits on promoting you and you want to get benefits promoting them, okay? So you need to build up organically for some of these groups which have a high follower threshold to actually apply and join, okay? So when you get in these groups, they move fast, so you have to make sure they're active in them, okay? So for Twitter engagement groups, you'll retweet everyone and they'll retweet you. Very simple. They'll keep the room typically open for around about 15 minutes, and everyone basically just drops the link. And then they'll close the group. They'll say, they'll say DWA, and that means basically done with all. So meaning you'll finish retweeting everyone else, and that's the end of that drop, okay? So in simple, that's all you really know to get started with engagement groups. Network with other creators who frequently retweet for retweets. Hit up, try and get in access to their groups. If you haven't got enough followers to get in the group, of course, focus on organic growth by just posting this sort of content and the other strategies we're going to talk about, and you'll get into these groups. And then when they do these drops, make sure you're active, and of course, retweet for everyone, okay? Now, step 4, double-edged comment strategy. So this is one of my favorite strategies, and it works very well for creators, okay? So Twitter is a social platform, so the best way to grow is to be social. Very simple. Social platform, you need to be social on Twitter. So comment on posts are a great way to get the Twitter algorithm to actually recommend you more, while also forcibly tapping into other people's audiences, okay? So the Twitter comment strategy that we leverage at my agency is called the double-edged comment strategy. And the reason it's called the double-edged comment strategy is because it's got 2 different elements to it, which are 2 kind of polar opposites. Okay, so it involves 2 things. The first thing is commenting on other creators' tweets within your niche, okay? So when commenting on creators' posts, you want to use the law of reciprocity to your advantage. So this is basically just a universal law that if you do something for someone, they'll give it back in return, providing that someone isn't spoiled. They typically tend to actually return the favor. So to kick this law in action, you want to consistently comment positive affirmations on creators' posts within your niche. So it could be a very simple comment, commenting on their skin, their actual nails, their actual hair, their aesthetics, just typical stuff that girls say to each other in real life. These are the types of positive affirmations that you want to be leaving within their posts. Now, when you do this consistently, they will start to notice you. So maybe, if they got 100,000 followers, they're not going to notice you. However, if they got, anywhere from 5,000 upwards to 20, 30, 40,000, there's a decent chance they'll notice you if you do this repeatedly, okay? So what they'll do is when they notice you start consistently doing this, they'll, in return, comment on your posts and start retweeting your content. So they'll return the favor, okay? So this will result in a lot more impressions instantly. If you get a retweet from a creator within your ideal target market and they've got 40,000 followers, let's say, that is going to be a lot of traffic coming to your actual OnlyFans profile, okay? And providing you've got the back-end systems in place, it's going to be very easy to nurture that. So you'll get lots of impressions, lots of followers coming into your account from your ideal target market, and that is very simple strategy. So make sure to give good feelings to creators in your niche and they'll reward you for doing so. That's the strategy. You don't need to spend all your time doing this, just very quick comments, 15 minutes a day, doesn't take much. Now, number 2, commenting on male-focused creators' tweets, okay? So commenting on male-focused creator tweets, you want to take a very different strategy, okay? Now, this strategy will basically play into the actual darker side of the human psyche. So instead of commenting positive comments on tweets, you will instead want to comment hate-led tweets, okay? So hate will always gather more attention whether we like it or not. That's just the way the world works. If you start a video with a negative comment, more people are going to watch it. If the video is talking about something negative or some drama or someone's saying something bad about other people, unfortunately, that does just get more attention. So we're playing into that dark side of the human psyche here. It's going to get a lot of attention. So when you comment hateful comments, what you will notice, though, is you get a select few people who are just kind of into girls being a little bit bitchy. Some people are just into that. And then, of course, number 2, you'll have people who actually just come to the girl's defense, okay? And they're basically what we call these white knights. And when you make a hateful comment and you get quite a bit of hate back, because, of course, it's a hateful comment, you're going to get lots of hate back, you'll get these people coming to defend you. They'll flood your account and ultimately will become loyal high spenders. And you want to make sure to reward them for defending you. So they defend you, then you can then like their post. You can send them a DM saying, "Oh, thank you so much. It really means a lot defending me. It got taken out of context, even if it was a really hateful comment. You're just basically just reinforcing them, doing things for you, and that's going to lead into a real interaction. And they are going to be some of the highest spenders that you get on Twitter. Okay, so it's because it kind of plays into the psyche of, they've done something for you, they've saved you from something, and you're saying thank you. So they actually, it plays into their fantasy very well. Okay, so that is the double-edged comment strategy. As you can see, it's very effective. You go to creating a niche, comment very positive stuff. They're going to reward you. They're going to return the favor. You're going to start having lots of girls, retweet your content. They actually comment on your posts. You'll start getting lots of traffic from their actual audience. And then, of course, number 2, you go into these male creators where they have a bunch of male people. You're making hateful comments. You're getting some people who are into it. You're getting some people who actually hate on it. But, the positive comments within male-focused creators don't really work well. They just kind of get neglected. And they don't get that much traffic. Of course, you'll still get a little bit of traffic, but not that much. Whereas if you actually focus on the hate side, you'll get a lot more traffic. Okay? So, step 5 is automations. Now, in order to scale your Twitter, you want to outsource a lot of the work. Because as I said, this stuff in general is quite a lot to do. Okay? So, let me just change this to a heading. Okay? Now, in general, you're going to want to outsource this work, okay? So to do this, you can leverage automations. Of course, you can outsource it to virtual assistants. You give them, standard operating procedures. Very simple. You just literally list this stuff out, and they're going to start growing. You may have to show them how to actually find these different creators and all this sort of stuff, but very simple. But in general, you can leverage automation. So you've got a Twitter comment bot that you can engage with content creators in your niche or anyone that uses certain hashtags / keywords, and it automatically use ChatGPT to actually create thoughtful comments for Twitter, and basically send them to the creators you choose. So you can actually install a comment bot for this comment strategy on commenting on creators' tweets within your niche, positive stuff, and then commenting male-focused creator tweets, hateful stuff. You can actually use a comment bot to just do this for you. Twitter topic poster bot, again, you can leverage. You can start getting it posting this sort of content, talks about interesting topics, gets it does this all for you automatically. You get to choose when you actually want it to write this sort of stuff, the type of stuff you want it to write. And then you got Twitter thread bot, so it'll write a killer hook based on your topic inputs. So it can be you get all these sorts of different models leveraging all sort of different threads, but you can talk about the topic of the stuff that's going on. You can talk about OnlyFans. You can talk about all sorts of stuff, just flirtatious, fun stories that happened in your life. They don't have to be necessarily real. They can just be kind of fantasies that you're leading on. So if you're the girl next door persona, you can kind of talk about how you had this fling with the guy next door. You can make it so it basically just writes these automatic threads about that sort of stuff. If you're a fitness model, you can talk about how you met someone at the gym and you're doing this, that. You can make these sort of stories with these threads that really play into kind of what your ideal target market is looking for. Okay, so I hope this video has been valuable to you. Again, if you're a creator and if you're wanting to start an OnlyFans management agency, I cannot stress how important it is for you to book in a call down below, because we'll basically just cut through everything. You're going to know exactly what you need to do. Step A to step Z is just going to be implementation from your side, and you're going to start making money. Because believe me, I've been through the process that you're going through when it comes to making money on OnlyFans. I know how to scale creators. I know how to help OnlyFans management agencies. I know how to do all of this. So book in a call, and I'm sure it'll be very valuable for you. Okay, so links in the description. Please like this video and share it with your friends. And I'll speak to you next time. Take care.